This is Rajendra here from Open Business Networking, and today we have Madhu. And Madhu is up to as a founder of GoldenIP, and it's a LLP. So we have Madhu here, and he is into going to talk about patentship, intellectual rights, and how to protect your innovations, and a lot of information awareness which has been trying to create with lots of thousands of students, which is trying to help out to give that lot of awareness on how important the innovation to get it copyrights, or maybe the patentship for your innovations, and which innovations can get patentship and which innovations can't get patentship. All these things we're going to talk about it, and he's been giving a lot of awareness program for a lot of students, and that is why today we have Madhu here to talk about more in detail why this patentship and intellectual property rights have to be protected, and these all things we're going to talk about today. So yes, Madhu, thank you for coming to Open Business Networking. And
my pleasure.
Yeah, and today, I really understood, you've been very keen to support people for people who are doing startups and people who are already doing business in Open Business Networking. You've been trying to understand each other's business services, what they provide, and if they're involved in innovation, or maybe some creation of maybe the branding, or maybe print media, or the visual media or sound media, whatever, you're trying to analyze every single part of it, and you're trying to understand who all the people have some innovation involved, or maybe something very uniqueness in the blend, the sound blend of it. Sometimes you are very talented to identify all the uniqueness what these people they have, which they didn't even got to know about it. They're not aware of it, and you're trying to identify this is what the sound media which you have done, or maybe the podcast which you have done, or maybe the print media, the kind of creative design which you have got it done. So these things are very important, need to be patented, and these things are really important, need to have the copyrights. So here you are with us, and I feel very lucky to have a conversation with you. So I have a little bit of a couple of questions to ask you, because I know a lot of business entrepreneurs who have been asking and who've been facing a lot of challenges. So I just want to ask you a couple of questions related to your business industry. So before I ask you any questions, so I'm really very much interested, in this young age, how is that you decided this kind of profession? I wanted to know about it. So can you please give brief information on that?
Sure, definitely. Thank you very much for inviting me on this OBN channel or OBN session.
Open Business Networking.
Open Business Networking. So it's a pleasure to be here on this session, and thank you very much for inviting me. Let me give a quick introduction about myself before coming into all the questions you have asked. So as you said, my name is Madhu. I am a son of a farmer. So I am from a village. We are very close to Bangalore, 40-45 kilometers away from Bangalore. So my father was a farmer, and because of him, so I studied my engineering in computer science and engineering. After that, I immediately joined a patent firm. So that's how my journey as a patent professional has begun, and I have completed 14 years in the industry. I worked with various law firms in India, and at the end, while coming out of my career journey, so I was with a Japanese multinational company. So it was a dream for me to come out and start my own entrepreneurship, because coming from the background, there requires a support. So we need a support. So because to manage that kind of support, so I took 14 years to come up with this decision, and finally it happened last year, 2023, 14th November 2023. So I incorporated my company, GoldenIP LLP. So it's an intellectual property consulting firm. At GoldenIP, so we assist startups, MSMEs, multinational companies in protecting their innovations through patents, and their brands through trademarks, and their artistic works through copyrights, and their unique designs through industrial designs. So you have asked me, it's like, why this profession, why this shift?
Yeah.
So when you are earning so good money in a multinational company, what made you to come out and start this journey? So I always dreamt about starting my own company. So that, as I said, after 14 years, it happened finally. So my dream was, it's like I have to create innovation ecosystem in India. So because considering the size and scale of India, it is very difficult to cater jobs for the kind of population we have. It's very difficult to cater jobs for people either through the private industry or through the government in the government. So it is very difficult to cater jobs for the scale and size of our country, which produce a lot of graduates. So considering that, when we create innovations, when you create awareness and innovation, people will come up with unique innovation, because one innovation will create one organization, which in turn will create a lot of job creation. So that's the dream. Entrepreneurship is the only key where we can solve our job problem. So that's where I was thinking, and that's the reason I come out, so that I can create awareness on intellectual property, I can create awareness on innovation, so that people should stop taking jobs. Instead of, they have to take entrepreneurship, they have to innovate something which is very unique, which is required by everybody, so that they can create a big industries. So that's where I am planning, and that's the reason I am visiting various colleges, various engineering colleges, various degree colleges. Even I am going to schools, because why I'm going to schools is where we have to create such innovation kind of thought process into the children's mind.
Yeah.
So that's where they think of, okay, yes, I have to invent something. There are plenty of problems that need solutions. So we have to push the students towards identifying the problem. Once they identify the problem, that's where 50% of this 50% of their innovation is done. Once they identify the problem, the another thing is identifying the solution. If the person has the capability to identify the problem, he will definitely come up with a solution for a period of time. So that's where innovations keep happening. Once the innovation happens, so it's like, once the innovation comes into the market as a product, people will easily copy it. So how can we stop it?
And that too, the students these days, the students, what they know what are the innovations already existing. And they always come up with something very unique kind of innovations. And they really need that awareness. And that is really great, to know about, you've been visiting a lot of colleges and talking with all students and giving all the innovation related awareness programs. And this kind of sessions you've been already conducted, hundreds of sessions, and also thousands of people, the students
True.
very benefited from this.
True. See, when I come out of my professional career as an employee of some multinational company, I immediately started giving awareness sessions. So it's like over a period of 12 months, I went to 20 plus colleges, created awareness sessions for hundreds and 500s of students.
That's really amazing. I have another question for you. As per the Indian statistics related to this industry on making patentship and copyrights and all this stuff, and comparing with the international market, what exactly the growth of it? What is the potential growth of this kind of industry?
That's a fantastic question. Very interesting question as well. People should know about this. So as a in the innovation front, in the patent front, so we are at the 6th place in the global ranking.
Okay.
So we are around in the 2022 almost 70,000 plus patent.
So that shows the demand is too high in India.
70,000 patent applications were filed. So it's like China is far ahead than all others. It's like
Obviously.
China has filed more than 60 lakhs plus patent application. Even though we are at the 6th place, it's like there is a lot of work needs to be done.
Very true.
That is mainly why we are lagging, is mainly because of awareness. Awareness is the problem, because many in the industry not aware of intellectual property, and they keep getting confused with patent with trademark with copyright with design. So that awareness is not there. Let me give a quick introduction about what is all these things. So these are types of intellectual property rights. Patent is one thing. When patent comes into picture, when you have a technical problem, when you come up with a technical solution to a technical problem, then patent will be applicable. That could be a method, that could be a process, that could be a device, that could be a system. Whenever there is a technical solution to the technical problem, patent will be applicable. This is where patent comes into picture. When the trademark will come into picture, everybody will have a brand, everybody will have their company names. So this comes under trademark, that name. whatever the company name you have, that comes under trademark. You can protect your brand name under trademark, so that others will not duplicate your brand name once you have a trademark registered and if it is granted.
Correct.
So that's what trademark. Copyright is mainly for artistic work, like writing a book, writing a novel, creating a unique video, creating a unique music. All this comes under copyright protection.
Very true, yeah.
The design is something where there is no functionality involved. However, the visual, the look and appeal of that particular product, if it is unique from the existing products, then that will qualify for a design. So people will keep on confusing like trademark, copyright, patent and all. So that clarity needs to be given for the students and the general public. So by now we all should be aware of these things. But
so very true. Like, a lot of print media, like, they keep creating a lot of innovative, like, print media designs and all this stuff. But they forget, like, the copyrights is very important. So the moment someone likes it, and maybe like, the moment it has been come out, we have seen a lot of movie posters and all, like, there is no copyright for it, and people, they copy it. And they can't do anything about it because they already got the copyright done. Right? So this is what, like,
when it comes to copyright, by default, whoever the original creator, so he holds the copyright.
True.
So but when it comes to enforceability, when you have copyright protection is done, then it is easy to enforce.
Correct.
So this is what the clarity needs to be given. People may think only if you file copyright we'll have copyright protection. No. If you are a original creator, copyright protection will be there. But when it comes to enforceability, when you have a copyright protection registered, then it will be easy to enforce in the court of law.
Very well said. Yeah, very well said. So I want to ask you one thing, like, so there are a lot of people, like, where they think they know their innovation is very unique and very great thing. But people, they get confused, like, whether my innovation is patentable or not patentable. So I want to know a little bit of brief information, like, which of the innovations can have patentship and which innovations can't have patentship, as per the government norms or whatever. So could you please give a little bit of brief information on this?
Sure, definitely. That's again a good question, because whatever you come up with, you cannot simply go and file it. So because Patent Act says certain provisions where it's like inventions are falling under particular sections.
Correct.
Say for example section 3, any invention which is falling under any of the subsection of section 3 are not patentable.
Okay.
Say for example any invention which is frivolous.
Section 3, right?
Section 3, any invention which is frivolous in nature, which is not patentable. Any invention which are contrary to the existing laws, which are not patentable. Say for example Newton's law is very well known, law of thermodynamics is very well known. So if any invention which is against to these laws, those are not patentable.
Can you please name few like, innovations which is there in form 3, like, the innovations which can't be patentable? Like, could you please give us a little bit of examples?
Say for example, when there are two products are already existing in the existing in the current market. Say for example, some person, he comes and he it's like he combines those two products and comes with a third product.
Correct.
Say for example, now we have a, it's like say for example, torch is there. So radio is there. Somebody will combine torch and radio.
Correct.
So torch was individually there, radio is also individually available. Somebody combines this two and comes with a device where the device can be used it as a torch as well as a radio.
Very true.
So these are like very well known. These technologies are already existing.
And you are just merging it.
Yes, it's like a mere arrangement or rearrangement of two things which are already available in the market. Those kind of things are not patentable.
Wow, this is a really important question. Like,
so because when it comes when it comes to patentability, there are three main things needs to be understood. One is novelty, another one is inventive step or non-obviousness, another one is utility. These are the three major criteria any invention should satisfy to qualify for a patent protection. Apart from section 3 where it says there are exclusions, it should not also fall on that exclusions and it should pass all these criteria. Novelty means it should be first of its kind, it should not be available anywhere throughout the world in any form. Either it could be a written form or non-patent literature or patent literature or like video or written or in the textbooks. It should not be available anywhere. That innovation should be a first of its kind. Then novelty is done. If that is the case, novelty is passed. Yes, your invention has got novelty. Inventive step is something where which you have technical significance over existing mechanism. At the same time, it should give economical significance.
Correct.
So then, if any invention which has got technical significance and economical significance, then inventive step is passed. So other one, utility is something which, if you come up with an invention, say for example, that cannot be manufactured in the industry, that cannot be used in the industry, then there is no utility. Any invention that can be able to manufacture and used in the industry. If that is the case, utility is also passed. If three conditions are, if we overcome these three conditions, and if we are not falling under the section 3 category, then such kind of inventions can be protected under Indian patent law.
That's really amazing. So when there are some startup and you're trying to copy two innovations or multiple innovations to one, and you're just merging it, but you're not creating any innovation in that.
See,
in that
they
case,
may bring
people they understand like this answers what you've given. So this is very important to know
that
about
maybe they can bring the novelty. That they may bring the novelty by combining the two products and bringing the third product. The third product was not there earlier. However, those products were individually available earlier. So in the second point where I said inventive step, so that's where these things will not qualify. So because already two things were there, somebody has combined and come up with a third product where there is no inventive step as such. Even though there is novelty in the inventive step, so these inventions will not qualify, and hence the patent office will reject under inventive step rejection.
Got it. So, I want to tell you one thing. We in open business networking, there are a lot of people who are into business, and you know very well, and we've been supporting them. And what is the major important thing which you like to tell the startups which they are coming with some innovations? Because I know for a couple of them, they're trying to plan some machinery equipment which is not there in the market, which is trying to do something innovative work to get some end product to be done and delivered in a proper manner with a more innovative manner which is not existing in anywhere in the world. So they are trying to go for a patentship. So what is the major part they have to do? What are the major concerns they have to keep in mind?
That's a
so how do you going to process that?
That's a very good question. Whoever invents something, so first thing what they have to do is they should not disclose anywhere.
Very true. Yeah.
Till they file a patent application, at least a provisional specification. So they should not disclose it. What happens once they disclose it? Say for example, you come up with an invention, and it's like you feel that factor, right? Yes, I have come up with this invention. I have to tell it to everyone. I have to post it on a Facebook. I have to paste it. I have to publish it on a LinkedIn. So what happens is once you publish it, so it goes to public domain. So what happens is the criteria to be patentable is novelty. Novelty means it should be first of its kind. It should not be available anywhere in the world.
So who is going to do this process? I'll come. The person who is innovating, the person who is coming with the innovation, so himself he doesn't know that.
I'll come to that. When you yourself you publish it, it's like when the examiner conducts an examination. If he finds the same document what you have published, they will cite the same paper or same citation or same document and say that before you are filing a patent application, same thing was published, so on so where.
Okay.
So based on that, your application will not.
Your application internationally or is it nationally?
See, your application will not qualify for a patent protection.
Correct.
Because there is no novelty in it because it is already published. So when it comes to patents are jurisdictional rights.
Okay.
So it's like, for example, if you want to protect your invention in India, you have to file it in India. If you want to protect it in US, you have to file it in US.
So
there is no international patent as such.
Okay.
So these are jurisdictional right. You have to file it in every country. Individual country. There is another facility is available called PCT application, Patent Cooperation Treaty, where it's a application receiving body where you can file a PCT application. Once you file a PCT application, you will get a time of 31 months.
Okay.
So where you can get into various other countries.
Wow, this is a very good point what you said. So even I want to tell you there are few innovations which is not existing in India, but it's available in different countries.
Yes. So then you cannot get a patentship in India because that is already available.
Yeah, very true. But my question is not that.
Okay.
My question was like, there is one innovation which is not existing in India and which is there in some, maybe Japan or somewhere, like, you have some nice innovation which you really like it, and there are a lot of demand for that innovation in India. Now you said, like, the touch and the the radio, the getting merged, which is not possible. But what if some innovation which is existing in some country, and you take some innovation from you, like, you are getting that innovation, and one innovation which you done and got patentship, but you are going for the second attempt, and which this innovation which you are going to merge with the one innovation which is existing in some other country like Japan or somewhere, and you're getting merged and you're getting it out. So that can be patentable, or it's not patentable?
But if you are just combining two existing things into a third product, it is not patentable.
It could be it's not existing in India, but it's from other country.
Correct. It is
two innovations.
Correct.
Two different countries.
Say for example, two inventions from US or Germany, or like from Germany itself. Two inventions. Okay. What happens is, because two inventions are already there, and it's like you are like combining those products, and those two innovations are like individually operating. Correct. Even after combining, they are giving the same result. Then it is not possible.
Yeah,
say for example, considering those two innovations, you're keeping them as a base, and if you increase the efficiency, or if you increase the technical significance of that particular innovation, then it is possible. However, just combining those two things,
this will really help out for the people who are thinking about it. I want to ask you another question on the same thing. Like, there are a few people, like, the very, like, techie guys and all this stuff, like, what they do. Sometimes, like, they just get this patent without patentship. They just get the innovation done, and okay, so without getting any patentship, and they copy your innovation, XYZ person's innovation, they copy and they just market, and they already got a very good sales about it. So what are the consequences they're gonna face once this has been claimed by the owner?
Correct. Say for example, when some certain product is manufactured, and if it is already protected through a patent by somebody, then they can take a legal action.
Correct. So how exactly the consequences going to be?
Say for example, once it is patented, so probably once they get to know that, okay, this so and so guy is manufacturing my product and he is commercializing it. Once they get to know that, they will send the notice.
Correct.
So they will probably, when they get to know that, okay, this guy is manufacturing, they will be gathering all the data, how many,
trying to understand the seriousness,
how many products
it can spoil,
how many products he has marketed, like how much revenue he has generated. They will try to analyze all those data. If they get those data, it's like they will send a notice saying that you are manufacturing a product which is patented by us.
Correct.
So they have to. It's simply you cannot go and say that you are infringing my product. No,
they got a very good sales now. How exactly?
That's not it.
They're going to recover all the sales what they've done.
That's not it. That's how it is not working. It's something like that. It's, say for example, when you have a patent application granted, if somebody has copied my patent and if they are manufacturing my product, we have to see whether it is complete. The product is reading on my patent application. So patent has got claims. So whether it is reading on any of my claims. So we do a claim mapping saying that we take the features of that particular product and we take the features of the patent application and see whether there is any mapping to product to feature.
Correct.
If it is, the product is reading on the claims completely, then we say that, okay, yes, this product is infringing this particular patent. Then we will take a legal action. We will send a notice to immediately stop manufacturing the product or provide all the information, whatever the sales which he has done. Then it will go to it will be if the person is interested, it will get into a suit, all those things, and then it will be settled down in the court.
Correct. So my question was like, when they got already a very good high sale, they did already lots of sales, and they got, and you said like, with analytics reports and all this stuff, like, what are the sales they got. So how exactly it's going to affect? Because you already made a very good profit of it.
Correct.
So how it's going to affect?
This is the invention which I have patented. So I have done a lot of research. I have done a lot of money. I have spent a lot of money, and these guys just copied my invention, and they have, it's like they have generated this much amount of revenue. Sales. They will submit all these things to the court.
Okay.
Court will decide what penalty you are being
the court also do the research
being a patent holder. Being a patent holder, you can also ask I need this much amount of money from him.
Correct.
But ultimately, the court will decide what penalties.
Who exactly does all these investigations?
The patent professional will do with the help of the litigation lawyer.
Wow.
So they both together,
Correct.
patent professionals, they will support all the back end work where the technology relate analyzing, patent mapping, claim mapping, all these things will do, and the litigator, whoever who is taking the case, who will argue in the court of law and try to see that.
Did any of your clients got this kind of problem? Like, they got an innovation done from
See,
you.
the Indian market is still evolving. It's like not many litigations happen, but however, people are filing more number of patent applications. Definitely, litigations will be more going forward. So
great. This is really amazing. So I have another questions for you for other service what you provide. So one of the thing is like the registration of the company. So they just imagine there is some company like which is already existing, but it is very difficult to know that that some company was existing with which has been registered or not registered. It is very difficult to find because the branding is not done. The branding is not done at all. So when someone has already a business with some kind of the brand name or something like they got registration done for the trademark or whatever, so suddenly someone does the same kind of brand name with a trademark or whatever the brand name whatever it was, so they're going to do it because they did not know that is existing. So without the knowledge, because the branding is not done, nobody knows it. Okay, if it's a KFC, like I know KFC, so I'm not going to have the same trademark, right? So because it's a knowledge, like it's already branded. So some product which is not even branded and it is existing and you don't know about it because there is no branding, there is no awareness, there is no nothing popularity, so you without a knowledge you just created the same copyright issue. And is it okay, like you can register them and you don't even realize that there is already existing?
See,
and if it is existing and if you thought realizing if you got the patentship or I mean like the registration done for the trademark, how exactly the situation is going to be, the one who got existing already or the one who took it in a second way, like the same trademark?
See, this is always ends in conflicts. Yes,
correct.
Because it is your duty whenever you are starting a firm or company, it is your duty to make sure that you are registering a very unique name and you are make sure you are doing
the both are thinking it's unique and nobody knows about
exactly because whenever you are starting something, its due diligence is very important. So you have to make sure you registered with MCA or your firm name or
MCA.
And then it's like again you have to have a trademark registration done. So you have to check whether anybody has registered a trademark on similar names. So make sure that nobody has registered. You come up with the unique names. But whenever these kind of conflicts, yes, definitely conflicts will happen. They will also fight, you will also fight, because you have also started your name, started using your name, and like probably you have continued for 2 years, 3 years, and probably they've also done it from past 5 years or 6 years. Then it will definitely
we already have one of our business entrepreneur in open business networking, one of the women entrepreneurs, especially to be who is into like the fashion designing and apparels and all this stuff. They had the different kind of brand name, and then someone said like that registered, it's all the name has been already registered, and they had to change the brand name. And it's all challenges.
No, it happens. It happens. It's like it's like.
Is there anything that they have to pay the penalty since since it was existing already and you got registered? And is there any penalty you have to pay for the things which you didn't even know that was existing and you got registered? Is there any penalty
it's like most of the cases they may come up with and ask you, it's like this much revenue you have generated because we have created the brand and you have utilized these kind of.
But what if you don't know any awareness of it?
See, it is like it is your duty to,
but still people can ask you, right?
Yes,
not to change it with a politely,
exactly. People, such kind of people also there, and some people it's like they
want to sue.
They will register a case and they will immediately
and they're only to sue you.
They will get a court. They will get a court. You will get a court notice, and finally you have to fight in the court.
That is the only go to do. Yes, there's a polite way to ask that you registered without.
See, some people they will ask, they will come and ask. We have been in the industry for 15 years, so we are using this brand and these are the documents we have. Please kindly see that whether if you can change it. So those kind of people also there. It's like people it's like some people are arrogant, they will come up and ask you. It's like they will directly send a court notice saying that you are infringing my brand name. So that time you have to face the court of law, and whatever the evidence which you have to submit. They will also submit their evidence. At the end, court will take the decision based on the evidence which you submit.
These are questions like some of my open business networking. Few of them they've been asking these questions, so I have to ask you all these questions. So please don't mind on that. And yes, so you want to say something related to this patent and the innovations for people, anything you want to
No,
say?
it's like everybody should invent. So innovation is the only way forward for our country, for that matter, for any country as such. So when we invent, it's like it is helpful for the society. It will ease in our day-to-day activities.
Thank you.
And it will make us work. It will make our work faster to deliver our work faster, because we have come so long because of innovations.
Yeah.
From wheel to now solar vehicles. So long way we have come.
Very
It's like innovation is the only way possible.
Yeah.
I request all the youngsters or like school going, college going students. So they have to focus on innovation. They have to think on problem solving.
And for sure, wherever the colleges you gave an awareness, they are gonna be a businessman, and you are gonna be their contact, and definitely
Definitely. It's like
you already building your contact.
I met lot of students, lot of degree students where they have very good invention. So we need to mentor them and help them in
great, Madhu. I want to quickly wrap up. I want to quickly wrap up with this. And you've been into open business networking, and I've been very keen on helping people's support, giving connections, potential connections, and also you're trying to understand their business, what exactly the business into, and what kind of services or product they're providing, and you've been trying to give them some good potential connection. So what exactly you would like to tell about open business networking? What experience you've been going through?
That's again a very good question. So open business platform is something which is creating a platform for all the entrepreneurs of various kind. So there is a versatility in the entrepreneurship. It's like different sectors are coming together under one roof, and they are trying to meet, greet, interact, connect. So it is creating bonding among the entrepreneurship or like entrepreneurs, where they individually help each other to get their business. So when the connection happens, what happens is it's like it builds one kind of bonding between the people. So once the bonding comes, it's like people, no need to market your business. Your peers will do that.
Yeah.
Your other entrepreneurs who come meet regularly with you, they will market. So it's like mouth reference is the best reference. So the business will easily convert. In that way, open business networking is really doing a great thing, where it is helping entrepreneurs to come under a single roof, and helping them to come to Coffee Connect meets, organizing Coffee Connect meets, and bringing them under one roof and helping them to connect, and projecting their business, and they're coming up with their slides and explaining their business, what they have done, and what kind of services they provide, what kind of products they offer from their company. So this is really helping. We also can, when keep on connecting and keep on meeting people, so those businesses will be easily registered.
Correct.
So what we will do is, it's like we will, whenever we come across there is a requirement for such kind of things by any other person, we will immediately say, okay, there is one of my connect, he does this kind of thing. So in that way, open business networking is really helping. And as I discussed with you, you have got a lot of visions and long-term goals. Probably, I think whenever those things one by one comes into reality, I think I feel open business networking platform will go in a much bigger heights. And,
definitely, yes.
Thank you for your vision towards creating entrepreneurship in India. That's required. Many people should come like you to support.
It's all about the people who are there into networking.
Exactly.
Family.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you so much, Madhu, for a wonderful informative, value-added information to be sharing with us. And definitely, this session, what we had, the conversation. So this conversation will definitely help out a lot of startups we have who recently come into open business networking, and also existing business entrepreneurs who are into innovations and coming up with new things. So this will really help them out. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
with
very
us.
much. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
inviting me for this
Yes.
wonderful session, and thank you for asking
Thank you.
some good questions, some silly questions though. So it is good. It's like we need to have clarity on all such kind of things. So we are in that way to
Thank
create
you so much,
innovation
Madhu.
and intellectual property awareness.
And that's Madhu here. That's Madhu here. So we really had a very amazing conversation with Madhu, and we will be meeting up again with a business entrepreneur from Open Business Networking again. Very interesting subject, very interesting business networking. So that is what we do, and that's Raghavendra for you and Open Business Networking. Thank you so
very
much.
much.